Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Gosh, a lot of family, a lot of smiley faces. Good to see you all. Welcome to you all. If you're part of the Francis Asbury United Methodist Church, welcome. Come on in, baby. Come on in. Pardon. 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 Welcome. Where'd you come from?
Across the street from underneath the bridge.
What took you so long? From those of you from the community not from Francis Asbury,
We're
welcome.
getting married today.
There's no response to that. Oh, we're going to have some fun. For those of you that are not part of our family, today is a special day in our church where we celebrated stewardship. And after prayer by all of us, stewardship is when we come together and we dedicate our time, our talents, our treasure to the work of God through this church. And what you're going to see over the next hour or so is some treasure. I hesitate to say talent, but it will be entertaining. Our brother, our dear, dear friend, Harry Kellett, occasionally puts on these shows, and by way of background, I'll tell you that near and dear to Harry's heart is the giving of this treasure and talents to the church. And we're going to ask that if you feel in your heart at the end of this, you feel like you'd like to contribute something to the good of the mission of this church, that there's a basket over there and you can drop your treasure in there, and I'll say nothing more about that. But you'll be doing the work of the church, and thank you. Harry Kellett comes from the crossroads of America, Terre Haute, Indiana. If you've driven on I-70 or I-40 across the country, you get to Terre Haute, you're leaving Indiana and going to Illinois, or the other way around, you're coming back. And Terre Haute is, in my view, that's real America. Take the coasts and wipe them off, and what you get is Terre Haute, Indiana. It's wonderful. And he came from a wonderful family. His mother was a musician. Harry is a musician, I guess. I claims he's a comedian. That's stretching it a little bit, but he does have some fun. He grew up in Terre Haute, went to Indiana State University, went in the Marine Corps, came out and formed a band. And the band was called the Five Chords. And to think about this band, we have to turn the clock back over 60 years. Now, some of you can't do that, but I can. Over 60 years. And we have 5 or 6, in his case, a 5-piece band of very talented instrumentalists singing all kinds of songs for anywhere from doo-wop to ballads. And they entertained in lounges. Would anybody like to interpret lounge for me? Roadhouse, a bar. So with names like the Boom Boom Room in Indianapolis, or the Flamenco Club in Las Vegas, Harrah's in Reno, the Five Chords traveled around the country entertaining. Harry was a pianist, a vocalist, a comedian, and a writer. And there's a treat that I hope he puts into the show midway through that is going to blow you away. Because Harry and his cohort, Jerry Woodward, wrote some songs that even if you're young, you'll recognize. And I'll just give you a tease. The performers that performed them, I'll name just a few. Neil Sedaka, Frankie Avalon, Paul Anka, South Street, Philadelphia. This is good stuff. So I'm hoping he'll put that in there for you. Let's see what else I can say about him. He is a member of the Wabash Valley and Indiana State Music Hall of Fame, as was his mother. And thank you, Marcia, for that information, being a fellow Indianan. Is that what we said? And so he has accolades. He loves to perform. This is his element. And so we'll have a good time. I would like to just say hi and have you all meet our friend David Prescott from Bay Lake United Methodist Church. He is the music director there. And I introduce him because Harry is part of a group of our choir as it stands, that graciously accepted an invitation to join David and his church choir to do a cantata. And we'll be doing that on the 15th of December at Bay Lake United at 11 o'clock and here in the sanctuary at 4 o'clock. So David, thank you for being here. And for all of you that think Ken Smead was a tyrannical music director, you've not met David Prescott. A wonderful guy. Well, so I guess it's time for me to shut up. I'm just the introducer here. And has anybody seen Harry?
Come on down.
He's a tall guy, has the best looking head of hair money can buy when he wears it. Oh, you know what? I forgot. He's a little older. He's probably in the men's room. Well, that's okay. It'll give me a second to set a few things up. Just bear with me just a second.
Oh, I wish I had.
Harry's a vegetarian now, so I'll make sure that. Let's see. This piano has 3 pedals. 2 legs, 3 pedals. Patty, is there something you haven't told us about Harry?
He's supposed to be here if he hadn't fallen asleep. You want me to go check?
3 pedals, 2 legs.
Okay, I'll go see what.
Go see if you can find them. Harry's been sponsored for years by the Baldwin Piano Company. And, they wanted, the Baldwin Piano Company, who sponsors Harry, wanted me to remind you, the way he plays now, that this is a Wurlitzer.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm ready for you, sir.
You're not my accompanist. You're not playing today at my show. Get away from the piano.
I thought I was hired.
Get away from the piano. You're not playing. I gave him a raise last week, and this is how he pays me. I'm sorry I was late. I had a colonoscopy Friday and I was in the bathroom. Well, I'm glad you're here, and thank you for coming. I'm glad you gave up a Friday afternoon. Oh, is this Sunday? Sunday afternoon. By the way, how do you like this stuff? Huh? Nice? Underneath, torn underwear. I'm going to be singing some songs today that you may know. I'll probably do some songs that you don't know. And I'll probably do one or two that you hope you never know. And by the way, if you don't like the show, my lawyer's sitting right here. If you start throwing things, he loves to sue people. Donnie, I don't see Dex. Our other neighbor, we think he's mafia. No, I'm serious. I'm not kidding. He pays me $100 every day to start his car. Well, let's get this thing going. You say this is all queued up, right?
I don't work for you anymore.
I don't think it's queued up. I think it went to sleep again. It did. It went. Barry, no, I got it. You sure? It's coming up. Did you see? I got it. It's there. I got it. No, don't touch it. We had this trouble before, didn't we? Is that it? No cane. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful flame to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, gonna feel the way I do today, because you make me feel so young. You and I are just like a couple of clouds riding across the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful flame to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, because you make me feel so young. This passes for dancing at 80 or 47 years old. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, because you make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel young. Oh, thank you. Barry, did you get a chance to talk about our upcoming shows?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, while they're still listening, let me get a plug in. On December, let me make sure I got these all right. December the 3rd, I'll be at the Norva Theater in Norfolk, right? On December the 17th, I'll be at the Sandler Center for the Performing Arts. And on Christmas Eve, I'll be playing at the men's room of the Greyhound bus station. So please look for those. I see Bob Friend is here, and Bob, I'm a little surprised that you came. Well, Bob and me had a little disagreement this week. Our dog died, and I came to Bob, and because Derek was busy, and I said, will you hold a little service for Raven? And Bob said, Harry, we don't do services for dogs in the Methodist Church. I said, Bob, Raven was a friend. He was like a brother to me, a son. I just appreciate you having a little service. Bob said, Harry, we're not going to do a service for a dog in the Methodist Church. I said, well, listen, I was getting ready to donate $50,000 to the church in Raven's name. Bob said, wait a minute, you didn't tell me he was a Methodist. We'll be swell, we'll be great, gonna have the whole world on the plate. Starting here, starting now, honey, everything's coming up roses. Clear the deck, clear the tracks, we've got nothing to do but relax. Blow a kiss, take a bow, honey, everything's coming up roses. Now's our inning, stand the world on its ear, set it spinning, that'll be just a beginning. Curtain up, light the lights, we've got nothing to hit but the heights. We'll be swell, we'll be great, I can tell, just you wait. Honey, everything's coming up, sunshine and daffodil. Everything's coming up, sunshine and Santa Claus. Everything's coming up, roses for you and for me. Oh, Derek, it's so nice to have you here. I'm glad you made it. We just honored the veterans the last week, and I'd like all the veterans, please, to stand up. Just please stand up, veterans. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you. It's for people like these, the men and women, to let an old fool like me come here and tell these corny jokes and entertain you. And I'd like to dedicate this song to you veterans. What is America to me? A name, a map, or a flag I see. A certain word, democracy. What is America to me? The house I live in, a plot of earth, a street, the grocer and the butcher, and the people that I meet, the children in the playground, the faces that I see, all races and religion, that's America to me. The place I work in, the worker by my side, the little town or village where my people lived and died, the howdy and the handshake, the air of feeling free, and the rights to speak my mind out, that's America to me. The things I see about me, the big things and the small, the little corner newsstand, or a house a mile tall, the wedding in the churchyard, the laughter and the tears, and the dream that's been a-growing for over 200 years. The town I live in, the street, the house, the room, the pavement of the city, or a garden all in bloom, the church, the school, the clubhouse, the million lights I see, but especially the people, that's America to me. But especially the people, that's America to me. Pretty sorry. You know, you don't have to clap for me, otherwise you're going to be here until about 5 o'clock.
That was the best one.
Amazing Grace, This is one that I think you might recognize. Let me get this back down to where it's supposed to be, and we will do this. Good Lord, Harry, you can't even see. We had this trouble the last time we were here. Anyway, let's see if you remember this one. If it starts, you can start. Oh, it's man. Now, what is wrong with you? Mary?
Yes!
What's wrong with that thing? You're supposed to have it. All that money I'm paying you, and you can't even do this? Sound familiar? Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Hey, David. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right to the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps and find I'm king of the hill and top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. Come on, come through New York, New York. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that does not sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the list, a number one, king of the hill. These little town blues are melting away. I know I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I know I'm gonna make it anywhere. Come on, come through New York, New York, New York. The reason I'm smiling up here, I'm watching Barry in the back. He's making faces at me. We're going to stay with Sinatra. This is one he recorded in 1968, kind of a departure for Sinatra. No big band, no big orchestra, just a trio. And he came out with this little song, and it goes like this. That's the way I feel. That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shut down in May. But I know I'm gonna chains and tunes. When I'm back on top in June, I said that's life. And as funny as it might seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. But if I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'd jump on a big bird and then I'd fly. I've been a pauper, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down, over and out, and I know one thing. Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life, and that's what all the people say. Many times I thought of quitting, but my heart just won't go away. But if there's nothing shaking come this year, July, I'll jump on a big bird, and then I'll never fly again. I've been a pauper, a pauper, a pauper, Mary, you're killing me. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing. Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. That's life, and I won't deny it. Many times I thought of quitting, but my heart just ain't gonna buy it. But if I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and die. Barry was talking about some of the songs that I wrote, well, I actually co-wrote. I had this fellow named Jerry Woodward, who was my trumpet player in my band. Did you talk about the Five Chords, Barry?
Not much.
Okay, good. They know what I'm talking about. And we would write these songs, and I was talking to Ken Speed about this a few months ago, and we would sell our music to what was called a music broker in New York City. And we would get, $200, $300, $400, $500, but you got to remember, in the 50s, that was a lot of money. And then whoever they would sell it to, they change a word, a couple of words, David, you'd appreciate that, a couple notes, and they would say, written by. I saw a thing the other day, I had to laugh. It said, words and music by Elvis Presley. I can guarantee you Elvis Presley never wrote a song in his life. He did good to read the music. But anyway, here's a few songs that I did have something to do with. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, happy birthday, sweet 16. 2 nights a night I waited for, because you're not a baby anymore. You turned into the prettiest girl I've ever seen. Happy birthday, sweet 16. And they called it puppy love. Oh, I guess they'll never know how a young heart really feels, and just why I love her so. Venus, if you will, please send a little girl for me to thrill. A girl who wants my kisses in my arms, a girl with all the charms of you. Put your head on my shoulder, whisper so old. This Diana, I've been told, I don't care just what they say, 'cause forever I will pray, you and I will be as free as the birds up in the trees. Oh, please stay with me, Diana. Took a walk and passed your house late last night. All the shades were pulled and drawn way down tight. From within the dim light cast two silhouettes on the shade. Oh, what a lovely couple they made. Silhouette, 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 silhouette. Two silhouettes on the shade. That's the only way I ever get to hear them. Gary, well anyway, of all the songs I have written, I didn't write one called It Won't Get Well If You Pick It. I didn't write one called I Wouldn't Take Her to a Dog Fight, I'm Afraid She Might Win. And this is one that I definitely didn't write. I stepped out of the shower, got a good look at myself. Pot-bellied, bald head, man, I thought it was somebody else. I caught my reflection in the mirror on the back of the bathroom door. I just don't look good naked anymore. So I'm going upstairs and turned the bathroom mirror to the wall. I hung it there when I was trim and tall. I'd stand there and smile and flex and strut till my arms got sore. But I just don't look good naked anymore. Well, I used to go out with the girls. I love them one and all. Now they don't get very close to me. They're afraid that I might fall. Well, I went to my doctor for my annual medical exam. Standing there in the buff, and suddenly he said, "Man." I said, "What is it, doc? Some fatal disease? I just got to know the score." No, he said, "You just don't look good naked anymore." Well, me and my wife had a dance routine. Everybody said it was unique. Now it's only when we're back to back that we're dancing cheek to cheek. Well, I went to a nude beach for a little seaside fun. Stretched out in my birthday suit, just soaking up that sun. Someone yelled, "Hey, there's an old white whale washed up on the shore." I just don't look good naked anymore. Well, my arches fell and my chest went to hell and my butt is dragging the floor. I just don't look naked anymore. I always like to include a public service announcement when I do my shows, and this is for you men and women who clean your toilets. And I've got a tip for you how to do it easier. How to clean your toilet. Lift both lids of the toilet and add a cup full of shampoo to the water. Go to the other room where your cat is sleeping, pick it up, and slowly walk to the bathroom. In one smooth move, put the cat in the toilet and slam both lids. You may have to sit on the lid. The cat will self-agitate and make ample suds. Never mind the noise that's coming from the toilet, the cat actually enjoys this. Flush the toilet 2 or 3 times. This provides a power rinse. Have someone open the bathroom door and the outside door. Make sure no one is between the bathroom door and the outside door. Stand behind the toilet as far back as you can and quickly lift both lids. The cat will rocket out of the bathroom through the outside door. Well, it will dry itself off. After this procedure, both your toilet and the cat will be sparkling clean. I thank you.
You have any more clean jokes?
This next song I want to do is it's about a town that the Five Chords, we never played. We never played Chicago. We never played New York City. We never played Miami. We played Vegas, Reno, Tahoe, all over California. And our booking agent was ABC, and we had agents in New York, Miami. I don't know why we never played there, but anyway, it's a song about Chicago. And I'm going to go back, and I'm going to hit my little play button. Boy, I wish I could see. It's really hard to see it. The last time I did a show up here.
Where's your grandson, Harry? Where's your grandson?
It's the glare from my forehead is what it is. This is my kind of town. Chicago is my kind of town. Chicago is my kind of razzmatazz, and it had all that jazz. And each time I leave, Chicago is tugging my sleeve. Chicago is why I just grin like a clown. It's my kind of town. My kind of town, Chicago is my kind of town. Chicago is my kind of people too. People who smile at you, and each time I roam, Chicago is calling me home. Chicago is the Wrigley Building. Chicago is the Union Stockyard. Chicago is why I just grin like a clown. It's my kind of town. Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. This next song was written in 1938. Sinatra recorded it in 46. Really big hit during World War II. And if you listen to the words, I think you're going to find out why it was so popular in World War II. Memories. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park, across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in everything that's bright and gay. I'll always think of you that way. Wherever I may go that day, I'll find you in the morning sun, or when the night is through. I'll be gazing at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. Now, Barry talked about the fact that I played the saxophone. And I'd like to tell you that this is me on this recording, but since it was done in 1946 and I was only 1 year old, okay, 2 years old. lovely summer's day, in everything that's bright and gay, I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, or when the night is through. I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. I'll find you in that morning sun, or when the night is through. I'll be looking at the moon, I'll be gazing at that moon, but I'll be seeing you. Nice song, nice song. I get to sit down on this one. I sort of sat down about an hour ago. But no cane today. See, David, I'm doing good. To me, this is one of the prettiest songs ever written. Listen to it. I think you might agree. I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that somewhere in the darkest night, a candle glows. I believe for everyone who goes astray, someone will come to show the way. I believe. Yes, I believe. I believe above the storm, the smallest prayer will still be heard. I believe that someone in that grave somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see that sky, then I know why I believe. I do believe. Beautiful song, beautiful song. Well, this next song I want to do is a love song. And you know, you can't do a love song without a girl to sing it with. So Peggy, why don't you come up here with me a minute? No, come on, Peggy. Come on, I won't embarrass you much. Well, it's Lorna's birthday, but I'm going to get you. Hello, my dear. Now, act nice now. You got a lot of people here.
This is our beloved Peggy Skinner.
I'll tell you, Barry. We've got to find another room to play.
You need another manager. What you need.
Keep your hands up a little bit higher. Dennis is here. I'm not going to tell you what she said. Are you ready? We're going to swing. We're going to act like we're dancing. Okay? They tried to tell us we're too young. Too young to really be in love. They say that love's a word we've only heard, and can't begin to know the meaning of. And yet, we're not too young to know our love will last, though years may go. And then someday they may recall too young at all. We're going to act like we're dancing here. Fred, put your hand up a little bit higher. Isn't this fun, huh? Tell Patty how you like to hear me sing. Well, you get to say it close. Watch me slobber all over myself. You get to stay up, no nap this afternoon. They say that love's a word we've only heard, and can't begin to know the meaning of. And yet, we're not too young to know our love will last, though years may go. And then someday they may recall we were not too young at all. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Peggy. How about a nice hand for Peggy? You know, I was always kind of a smart aleck kid when I was going. I'm still kind of dumb today, but I can remember some of the things I would say to my mom, like, why does the garbage always weigh more than your groceries ever did? And what is it about being in a car that makes everybody want to pick their nose? But I've talked a lot about the songs I wrote. My wife is also a songwriter, and she wrote a song for me, and she said, I want you to sing this in the show. Let me see what Barry fixed for me. My Lord. Oh, thanks, Barry. On top of old Baldy, there's nary a hair, but only the memory of hair that was there. Hair parts in the middle, hair parts on the side, but parting is sorrow when the part gets too wide. On top of old Baldy, so barren and neat, there's no trace of dandruff, 'cause what could it eat? All right, that's a song I did for you, Pat. But you know, I'm not going to let her get ahead of me. So, Patty, I wrote a song for you. We got married last Friday. My girl was right there beside me. Our friends were all gone. We were alone, side by side. We were so happily wed when she got ready for bed then. Her teeth and her hair she placed on a chair, side by side. One glass eye so shiny, one hearing aid so small. Then she took her leg off and placed it next to the wall. I sat there broken-hearted. Most of my girl had departed. I slept on the chair. There was more of her there, side by side. Well, let's see. I'd like to do a group of songs about this fellow named Al Jolson. I realize that many of you won't recognize the name. He was very, very big in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, even up into the 50s. You may not remember his name, but you may remember some of the songs. Swanee, how I love you, my dear old Swanee. I'd give the world to be among the folks in DIX. I even know my mammy waiting for me, praying for me down by the Swanee. The folks up north will see me no more when I get to the Swanee. I get to the Swanee, I get to the Swanee shore. Though April showers may come your way, they bring the flowers that bloom in May. So when it's raining, have no regrets, because it isn't raining rain, you see, it's raining violets. And when you see clouds up on the hill, you soon will see crowds of daffodils. So keep on looking for a bluebird and listening for his song. Whenever April showers, ever April showers, ever April showers comes along. Rock-a-bye your baby with a Dixie melody. When you croon a tune from the heart of Dixie, just hang that great old memory of mine right on that Mason-Dixon line, and swing it from Virginia to Tennessee with all the love that's in ya. Weep no more, my lady, sing that song for me, so sweet and low, just as though you had me on your knee. A million baby kisses I'm gonna deliver the minute that you play the Swanee River. Rock-a-bye, your rock-a-bye baby with a Dixie melody. I'm coming, I hope I didn't make you wait. I'm coming, I hope and pray I'm not too late. My little Mammy, Mammy. sun shines east, the sun shines west. I know where that sun shines best. Mammy, my little mammy, my heartstrings are wound around Alabama. I'm coming. I hope I didn't make you wait. I'm coming. I hope and pray I'm not too late. My little mammy, mammy, I'd walk a million miles for one of your smiles. My mammy, my mammy. Well, I forgot to, I want to do a little bragging about my band, Five Chords. The first time that we played in Vegas, we opened for Frank Johnson. And then we jumped up to Reno and we opened for Dean. No, Mitchell. But anyway, this is Sinatra, and I think the last song that he recorded, 1978, and it goes like this. Well, it goes like this, and this, and this. You might remember this one. Well, you may not. Barry? 7, then 8, then play it. And now the end is near, and so I face that final curtain. My friends, I'll state my case, I'll make it clear, of this I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, and much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I stood tall, I faced it all, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing To think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. No, no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. My way. I always like to close my shows. Barry just showed me 53 minutes. Okay. I always like to close my shows with this song, and I ask all of you to join in. But I'd also like all the veterans to please come up to the stage and help me with this song. Please. I won't embarrass anybody. All the veterans. Yes, I agree. They deserve a hand. We have not rehearsed this. Come on, Baden. Come on, Ken. We all ready? White with fall. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. There's a little switch right there. See it? Push it up. See it says on.
Let's give Harry a big hand. And I told you that you were going to enjoy it because the quality of his voice is just amazing that God has preserved him. But his humor and just his sincerity to want to do this for our church. And I'm just so grateful for it. I wish I could do what you do, but you make it look so easy. But let's give him another hand.
Yeah.
How do you want to close?
You close.
Okay. Would y'all stand? You will. And if you're in the military, what is your grunt? Mine is and
Fox 2.
Fox 2.
More coffee.
What was it?
More coffee. Navy, right?
Rest and hoorah. So at the count of 3, you just give your own call. 1, 2, 3.
Ah.
Oh, that was pitiful. That was just pitiful. Well, we'll just do it in our own fashion. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord lift your countenance and grant us all God's great peace. Amen. Before you go, we have a cake that says, "Thank you, Harry, for your musical talent." So please, there's coffee and there's cake and there's cookies. Natalia stayed up all night slaving and baking. So let's give Harry another big hand.